My name's Russell Cassava, three-time Guinness World Record holder and president and founder of Little Bricks Charity.
So what inspired you to create the charity?
So the Little Bricks Charity came about because of a theft, actually. My daughter and I used to run a Lego themed news show over on Facebook, where every day we would tell the world what's going on in Lego. And a news story came across our desk of a nonprofit over in the UK called Fairy Bricks. And they had a delivery van that had 2,000 Lego sets stolen from it just before Christmas. And they were all set to go out to a children's hospital. So my daughter, who was 4 at the time, came up with the idea of breaking the world record to help raise money to buy more Lego for those kids. And when your 4-year-old's like, hey, I want to do something awesome like that, you can't say no. So of course I did. And we walked 120 feet across Lego bricks that day. And then through like a whole series of world records, I ended up finding out why Fairy Bricks was delivering Lego to these children's hospitals. And Lego is the most perfect toy for children in hospitals. And I was like, this is it. I just felt it in my heart. I was like, this is it. I got to go for it. So I told my wife one day, hey, I'm quitting my job. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. Let's do it. So I've been very lucky to have family and friends who are so supportive and an amazing community, which has lifted us up to where we are today.
So on your website, there's a question, why Legos? You touched on it a little bit, but why Legos?
Well, it is so multifaceted. It could be a whole podcast in and of itself. But at its core, first off, Lego is the most requested item in all children's hospitals. Every place we go to, the nurses are like, man, we've been out of Lego. We've had so many kids asking for Lego. I'm so glad you're bringing Lego. So it really is, that is the most requested product out there. But other than like its popularity, it provides a sense of control in a very uncontrollable environment. It gives these kids the ability to either follow these instructions or to build on their own in a creative process and escape from the bed that they're in, the IV or the treatment or, the procedure they're about to have or just had or they're healing from. It allows them to become like this pirate on the seven seas or a race car driver, racing some really cool car, or maybe a veterinarian or heck, even a doctor. They can be whatever they want to be. And it just has this ability to just raise the mental health of these kids and provide them with a tool that doesn't seem like a tool. It seems like a toy because it really is, and it also gives these child life specialists another tool in their tool belt, but another way to communicate with these kids. They can go, wow, that's a really cool race car. How fast would you like to drive the race car, while they're giving, a procedure, nurses doing something with medicine, something like those lines. So it really is like it was made for these kids.
When you see these kids' faces or hear stories, how does it make you feel?
Oh gosh, it's why I do what I do, right? I don't do this for the money. There definitely is no money in running a charity. I do this for, the community. I do this because it's the right thing to do. And that it's the right thing to do every time we do it because of what these parents say, because of the smiles we instantly see on these kids' faces. I literally was just at a hospital 2 days ago in Memphis, Tennessee. Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, so phenomenal. They opened their doors up to us, and I got to build with like 12 different kids the other day. It was phenomenal. And I got to hear their stories. This young man, Weston, who was 4 years old, he came in to have his first insulin treatment, and he was not happy when he came in. He was very mad because he just hadn't had a shot, and who likes having that? And after about 5 minutes of building with him, he was all smiles, wasn't thinking a thing about it. It is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And, it is a blessing to be able to get to be a part of this. So
when did your love for Legos begin?
Well, I think like most people at a very young age, the one Lego set that I can like distinctly remember, I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. It was a massive train set. I got it on Christmas. In fact, I still have it. It's the only Lego set that I've kept. Um, so, at a very, very young age. And then I kind of shifted away from Lego for a long time. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
In the Lego community, they call that the dark ages. And then I got back into it when my daughter was born, and we started, doing builds with her and having fun and just doing awesome things, like most families do. So it rekindled that love for Lego in me. And then when the world records and everything else happened, it just felt right. It was just this natural progression from passion to purpose.
Yeah, can you tell me about the world records?
Yeah, so I'm a 3-time Guinness World Record holder for walking across Lego bricks barefoot. 2 of them are individual records, and one is a group record, a timed record. I started this trend of walking on Lego by going 120 feet barefoot across the path of Lego. The whole reason we chose 120 was it was the beginning and end of my daughter's school. It was like one long hallway, and we walked from one end of the school to the other, and we filled it with 120 feet of Lego. And then about a month and a half to 2 months later, Dude Perfect took my world record. They went 150 feet. And they did it the exact same way I did it. Like, it was like carbon copy the way I did it. And it was like, it was like gut wrenching, it was like my heart was broken. And then like 2 weeks after that, Lego broke their world record on a YouTube channel they have called Ribriculousness. And then I went to Brickfest and this awesome Lego convention. It was my birthday weekend, and on my birthday, they surprised me and they said, "Hey, Russ, we know that Lego and Dude Perfect took the world record from you. We paid to have Guinness come out, and they're here waiting for you." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna walk across Lego, man." I was like, "Holy cannolis, no way!" And literally, 20 minutes later, I'm walking across Lego. So that second world record was really the one that kind of solidified everything for me. It was what really let me know that this was my path. This was what I was supposed to do. And it was kind of after all of um, that like research and stuff I was doing after the first world record, all of that like accumulated. And that was when we announced that we were going to be starting Little Bricks charity. So we broke that second world record. I held on to that record for almost 2 years. Like 7 people tried, no one was able to break it. And I went 2,737 feet. And then last year, a friend of mine, I'm using a friend, broke the world record and took it from me.
Yeah, is he still a friend?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Molina, an amazing dude. He holds
Yeah.
like 18 world records for walking barefoot on all kinds of things. He actually went down the entire length of the Great Wall of China barefoot, which is crazy. But I was honored to have it taken away by him. He's such a cool guy, so nice. And he's a nurse, so it's kind of like all within this like profession
Yeah.
thing that we have, you know. And then he called me up one day and he's like, "Russ, I feel so bad for taking the world record. Do you want to break one with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." So him, myself, and LA Beast over on YouTube, and a couple other gentlemen who were friends with Sonny, we all got together and we broke the world record for walking across Lego as a team. That was a 1 hour event, and that one we went 13,192 feet. So it was horrible. It was horrible. So
Yeah. So with the charity, how do you pick what hospitals you go to, or are people reaching out?
So we actually have, yeah, we've been reached out to by a lot of children's hospitals, a lot of patient families saying, "Hey, this is the hospital we go to. We'd love for you to deliver Lego there. We'd love to deliver Lego with you." But really at the moment, we're still, while we are what I consider a large organization, like in my head, we're a big organization, right? But we're still a very small organization. This year, I think we may deliver, close to $100,000 worth of Lego, which sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, large nonprofits do hundreds of millions of dollars a year. So we are still small. So what we end up doing is we kind of follow the donations, and we follow how we can get there. So right now we partner with Brickfest Live, an awesome family-friendly Lego convention, and we show up with our booth, and we have a short path of Lego where people can walk across, and they do it live on TikTok. We have millions of viewers come through over the weekend while we do our live. It is absolutely amazing and so much fun. And we fundraise, and that's how we raise the majority of the money, is at these events and through TikTok. And so right now, our easiest way, or the quickest way that we decide which hospitals we go to, is we go, where's Brickfest going that we haven't delivered yet? So so this year we've got our 12 hospitals picked out. Actually, I think we're going to end up doing probably 15 hospitals this year. So we'll do those deliveries throughout the course of the year.
What do you learn from some of the kids that you help?
Man, I mean, it's like a never-ending journey, man. I think the one thing that is reiterated every single time that I see these children, though, is, don't take things for granted, right? Where no one has a prescribed set amount of time on this earth. So just go all in everything you do, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. And the other big thing, and the main point I think that I get from every single one of these kids, is no matter what you're going through, you're not alone, and there's someone else who's been through what you've been through, and they've made it through. And also, there's always good in whatever you're doing. These kids are smiling through some really tough things, and they do that because they focus on everything that's positive around them, whether that's family or their imagination, or their favorite kind of jello being given to them that day, or a Lego set being put in their lap. They understand the value of now, and they truly appreciate what they have. I think if we all took that that like perception on life, then we would all be so much happier, and we'd be willing to help each other a lot more too.
With the walking on the bricks, the Lego bricks, do you have any like methods for it not to hurt as much, or you just go all in?
No, yeah, you just go for it, man. The world record, anytime you break a world record, you're given like a phone book's worth of rules and guidelines. And so that record states that you have to step with purpose. So heel toe. So really it's a mind over matter thing, right? Like everyone that is in the comment section is like, oh, that doesn't hurt. One Lego brick hurts. It's not 5,000 that hurts. It's like walking on a bed of nails. And it really isn't, unfortunately, because these Lego are loose and some are sticking up and down. It's that one Lego brick, literally every step. The second time I broke the world record, I had over 1,000 micro abrasions on the bottom of my feet, like tiny paper cuts, thousands of them all across the bottom of my feet. I lost feeling in my feet for over a month. It is no joke. I tell people, anyone who wants to break the world record, records are made to be broken. Go for it. But do know that you need to follow the guidelines. Like I had to have a paramedic on staff. I had to have a doctor check my feet before and after. And while like that first 120 feet, it didn't hurt at all, the 2,737 feet, I didn't want to walk for a week. So there really is no preparation for it. It's just, grit it and bear it.
So what motivates you?
I think I have like three main motivations in life. One is my family, my wife and my daughter. I want to make them proud. I want them to be proud to say that I'm their husband, I'm my wife's husband, and I'm my daughter's father. So, I really want to make them happy and proud. The other thing is my community and these kids, right? And those two things kind of intertwine, Uh, I try to be the most positive person I can, and I try to go into every situation with positivity, but I'm human, right? We all have those days, and we all have those things that just kind of trigger us. So my community is always there when something happens to just kind of remind me why I'm doing what I'm doing, and get me through those tough times. And then literally I work like, I don't even know, 70 hours, 80 hours a week. I travel, this year alone, I've got 18 national trips planned. So, it's, it is, my job can be very depleting. My cup can definitely, run empty. But every time I deliver Lego, and every time I see a smile on a kid's face, it's like instantly that cup is refilled. And um so, to know that if I don't do my job properly, or I don't do it fast enough, that some child may not get to build with me, or may not get a Lego set. It's that's a real deadline. That's not like, oh, my boss is going to yell at me. That's a moment lost. So
Where do you want to see the charity in the next 3 to 5 years?
yeah, so our goal is to have had building experiences in every single children's hospital in North America by the year 2028. So over 230 children's hospitals we hope to visit in some form, whether it's virtually or in person, and deliver our services. And our goal is to really become kind of a sounding board for these families, and to give them a voice. I want Little Bricks Charity to become a household name. And whenever someone sees Lego, I want them to think not just of themselves, but of these amazing kids and families. And I hope one day Little Bricks Charity shuts down. I hope that we inspire everyone all around the world to get these Lego sets to people's hands, to where Little Bricks Charity isn't needed anymore. I doubt that will ever happen, unfortunately, but we're going to surely try. So.